history chapter, the French Revolution. See student, content. I think in the last class we have discussed about the outbreak of the revolution. Now students, now we are going to study about how the National Assembly completed the drafting of the Constitution. We have already seen in the last video that how the people of the third state, they assembled near the tennis court and they have decided to draft the Constitution. They have formed the National Assembly and they have decided they are going to drafting of the Constitution would be done. So the drafting of the Constitution was completed in 1791. We know that we had two important leaders, Hébésius and Mirabeau. Mirabeau and Hébésius, the other two important leaders who helped in constituting and drafting and framing of the Constitution. The entire framework of the Constitution was drafted and the drafting of the Constitution was completed in 1791. Students, you can see the map in front of you. When the National Assembly has completed the drafting of the Constitution, their main aim and objective of framing the Constitution and constituting the National Assembly was to limit the powers of the king. All the powers that was enjoyed by the king, enjoyed by the monarch, that has to be limited, that has to be constrained, that has to be restricted. So powers of the king has to be restricted, and instead of having the power in one hand, the power, and there should be a division of the power. You have already studied in Montesquieu's book, The Spirit of the Laws. We have seen how the three organs of the government was divided, the powers of the Constitution. Powers was divided of the country. Legislature, the first organ, executive, the second organ, and then judiciary, the third organ. There has to be a division of power. So National Assembly of France has made the division of the powers on the basis of the legislation, executive, and judiciary. Students, we have seen that how the National Assembly has limited the powers of the king. King was not ready to give up all his powers, and king was made the head of the Constitution. King was the just a head of the country, but he has no powers. Powers were vested in the hands of the National Assembly. National Assembly was controlling all the powers. King was not having all that powers that he was enjoying earlier. So the France has become a constitutional monarchy. Constitution, according to the Constitution, the rules and regulations were there, but monarch was simply a head there, and he was not having and not wasting any powers in the hands of the king. It was known as constitutional monarchy. It was known as constitutional monarchy. So when we talk about the constitutional monarchy, you can see that these three organs are nothing but the three pillars of democracy. When we are talking about the democracy, we have three different pillars: legislation, executives, and the judiciary. And you can see that constitution has limited all the powers of the king. And now we are going to see that how the constitution has started. See students, India's constitution started with the preamble. So preamble is the introduction of the constitution. In the same manner, the France constitution also has the special things. You can see that. National Assembly, how the National Assembly has made the constitution, and their constitution began with the Declaration of Rights of Men and Citizen. This started with the Declaration of the Rights of Men and Citizens. In this, you can see that there are different rights are given to the people, and all the privileges that was enjoyed by the clergy and nobility by birth, on the basis of the birth, all those privileges were taken away by the constitution. And you can see that what all rights that is given in the Declaration of Rights of Men. There is a need to highlight a point here: rights of men, not women. Rights of men. Citizen is also not given there. You can see that the Declaration of the Rights of Men, what all rights were given to the citizens who were men, male group in France. That is given here. Right to life, freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, equality before law, freedom of speech. All these rights are natural rights of citizens, and it was the duty of the government, it was the duty of the state to protect each citizen's natural rights. So all these rights are natural and they are inalienable by the constitution. Natural and inalienable right of the citizens. Government has the duty to protect all the rights that is given to the citizens, and these rights are known as natural rights. These rights are given to all the citizens of the country. Now we have another important thing here. You can see that Declaration of the Rights of Men, and what all rights have been highlighted, it all have been depicted here. Men and the citizen. You can see there, Declaration of the Rights of Men and the Citizen. All the natural rights are with the all citizens, but there are some special rights are also there which are meant only for men. Now you can see students, we have the France uses different political symbols. These are reading political symbols, and these reading political symbols are used by the French people. Why? Because many of the people, majority of the people were unable to read and write. So with the help of these symbols or with the help of these icons, they can easily explain what the constitution wanted to state to the people. Here you can see that students, the people of the country, they were in a different situation. They all have been divided with the different situations, and you can see that how the France has abolishes monarchy and becomes a republic. See student, this is the time when the National Assembly has taken all the powers from the king, and it was a very tense situation in France. Though the king has signed the constitution, but he is not ready to accept it. Forcibly he has signed, but he is not ready to accept the constitution that was made. That is why it was a constitutional monarchy. So we are going to see that how monarchy is abolished and how the France has become the republic, France Republic. See students, when all the powers of the kings were taken away by the National Assembly and the new constitution was framed, at this time, see, nobody wanted to give up all his powers, and nobody wanted, from a king, nobody wanted to become a common man. So the king was really not very happy. Reluctantly he has signed the constitution, but actually from within heart he was not very happy. So what he has done, he has started planning and making a conspiracy. What conspiracy? He has made a plan and taking the help from the Prussia and Austria. These are the two neighboring countries, Prussia and Austria, two neighboring countries from where he wanted to seek help. He has entered with the negotiation. He entered with the negotiation with these two countries that they can provide help, they can send their army, they can send their troops, and they can attack the France and National Assembly so that monarchy can be re-established again. Instead of the constitutional monarchy, the monarchy could be again re-established. So for that, the rulers in the neighboring countries, they were also worried about the development that is taking place in the France. Why the people of the Prussia and Austria, they are worried? Because they thought that whatever changes, whatever development that is taking place in the neighboring country like France, the same situation can be generated, can be started, all those events, all those struggle can be started in their own country. So they wanted to crush all these revolt and the protest of the people of France, so that the people of Prussia and the people of Austria will not be motivated by the events happening in the France. So they wanted to curb all these revolts. So very secretly, King Louis XVI has negotiated with the King of Prussia and Austria. We have seen that before the troops of the army of the neighboring countries would attack on the France, the National Assembly has decided to conduct the elections. Now the National Assembly has conducted the elections in April 1792. We have seen that before the Austria and Prussia could send their troops to France, this was the important step that was taken by the National Assembly. National Assembly has decided that they are going to invite thousands of volunteers, and they have called the different volunteers who are patriotic in their feelings and they are ready to sacrifice their life for the country. So thousands of volunteers from different provinces of the France, they came and they have joined the army, and and they sung a song that was called Merciless. Merciless song was a patriotic song that was sung by the volunteers, and they are ready to protect their country from the outer enemies. See students, this song Merciless was composed by Roget D. Isle. Roget D. Isle has composed this merciless patriotic song, which later became the national anthem of France. Today, the national anthem of the France is Merciless. That was sung during those days of time by the volunteers. So students, Austria and Prussia, they failed in attacking and disturbing the working of the and functioning of the National Assembly. Students, we have discussed that the elections were conducted. So who all can participate in the elections? Who can be electors? Who can be the voters? You can see this in a slide or the picture that is in front of you. There are two kinds of people. You can see the flow chart: legislature, executives, and the judiciary. Okay, and you can see that who all can vote. There are two kinds of citizens: active citizens and the passive citizens. Active and passive citizens. So all those active citizens voted for a group of electors who in turn choose the assembly. Active citizens, they can vote at the age of 25. Only men. Active citizens comprised of only men above 25 years of age and who paid taxes. Students, who all are the active citizens? The citizens who paid taxes equal to at least 3-day wages. If a man wanted to become the voter, then he has to contribute, he has to pay at least 3-day wages. Then only he can become the voter. And the people who cannot pay, they cannot vote for the elector. So now you can see that who all can be electors. The person who are among the highest taxpayers, in the bracket of highest taxpayers, the one who pay the maximum and the most taxes, they can contest themselves as the elector in France. So you can see that you can pay the 3-day wages and you can become the voter. If you wanted to become an elector and if you wanted to stand for an election, then you have to pay the higher wages, more of the taxes you pay. As much as tax you pay, then you would be in the highest bracket of the electors and you can contest the elections. If you are not paying 3-day wages, you cannot be a voter. You would be considered as passive citizens. Maybe you are a man, but if you have not paid 3-day wages, you cannot vote in the elections. And automatically, the people who have not paid the 3-day wages, they are passive citizens, and all the females, they are passive citizens. So only men can be the electors. And you can see that to qualify as an elector and then as a member of the assembly, a man had to belong to the highest bracket of taxpayer. You wanted to stand for the election, then you have to be as much as tax or the wages you should pay. If you would be paying more wages to the government, contributing to the National Assembly, and then only you can stand for the election, and otherwise you can only be considered and you would be getting a status of active citizen, but not the you will get the chance to vote, but you cannot stand for the elections if you are not in the highest bracket of the tax paying. So students, we have seen that how the king has made the conspiracy with the Prussia and Austria, and you know that Marie Antoinette, she belongs to Austria. She was the princess of Austria, so they were ready to help the king. You can see that king was not ready to accept the constitution, but he was reluctantly he has accepted the new constitution. He was not ready to accept all the changes. Reforms means changes, and decided to leave the country. For that, on June 20, 1791, the king and his family set out for the border in a carriage. The king was disguised as a steward and his son was wearing a dress. At the border village of Varennes, he was recognized and eventually he was apprehended, he was caught. He was escaping from the country, and then at the border area he was caught by the villagers. And you can see the king's plight. To destroy the last of the king's popularity with the people of Paris, increasingly there were demands for an end of the monarchy. This was the treason that the king has done. This was the conspiracy that the king has done. He has invited the Prussian government, seek help that troops can be sent. Austrian government, troops can be sent and attack on France. So this was really not acceptable by the National Assembly. How a king of that same country can ask the other country to attack on his own country. So this was, king was charged with the treason. You can see that Prussia and Austria, how they all revolted. The patriotic song became very popular. Marseillaise, composed by Roger de Isle. The Marseillaise is now the national anthem of France. Now students, you can see that how the people and the National Assembly has decided to work on different areas. This was the Revolutionary War, which has brought economic and the social losses in the country. Economically also, there was a great loss and too much difficulties were faced by the people of France. All the men during that time were busy with the war and in the training, whereas the entire earning areas, working areas and taking care of their houses, domestic affairs was taken care by the women. When men were busy with the war and with the other conflicts with the Prussian and Austrian troops, the women have taken care very nicely. They have looked after their families. So large sections of the people were convinced that the revolution had to be carried out because the richer section of the people and the clergy section, ex-nobles, these people are really not happy with the changes that has taken place in the country and the framing of the new constitution and the formation of the National Assembly. The people are not happy of the clergy section and of the nobility section. So they were doing the different conspiracies and they were not helping the National Assembly. This was the time when different political clubs came up, and among the different clubs, the Jacobin club was very famous. Saint Jacob. This was the convention and this was the area. There was a convent of the Saint Jacob. So on that place, the Jacobin club was formed. So the name was given after the name of the Saint Jacob. The club's name is also given Jacobin Club. Jacobins were the most successful in running the club and creating the people, accumulating the people, all the poorer sections of the people, farmers, peasants, cobblers, shoemakers, carpenters, the downtrodden section of the people, they all constituted the club. So all these members of the society, they constituted the club. The other clubs also came up. You can see that the different shopkeepers, artisans, servants and daily wage workers, they comprised the Jacobin club. And you can see that the Jacobin club was very famous, and they were known as sans-culottes. Literally, you can see that what does it mean? Those without knee breeches. You can see that how the people used to dress up during that time. And the people of Jacobin members, they are knee breeches. They are not wearing the same kind. And stripped trousers they are wearing it. And they are away from the fashionable background. They were away from it. They wanted to show themselves. Apart from the fashionable sections of the society, especially nobles who wore knee breeches. You can see that up to knee, that is covered. Their trousers are covered and properly tucked. And you can see that how the Jacobin members, they have made themselves in a different uniform, and stripped trousers were used by these people of the Jacobin government, and these Jacobin members were popularly known as sans-culottes. Sans-culottes means with those people who are without knee breeches. So when we talk about the Jacobin club, this was very famous club that we had during those days' time. And the leader of the Jacobin government was Maximilien Robespierre. Maximilien Robespierre was the leader of the Jacobin club. And we have seen that how the Jacobin government has decided to wear the red cap. Red cap was the symbol of liberty. So stripped trousers, without knee breeches, and they used to wear the red cap. And that means that there is a liberty. Red cap symbolizes the liberty. That was a symbolic of liberty. Red cap, symbolic of liberty. See, women were not allowed to do all these activities. Political activities, political issues were not dealt by the women. They are passive citizens, and they were not allowed to make their clubs also. So only males can make the clubs. So students, here you can see that on August, by the September summer 1792, the Jacobin plan, Jacobin government, Jacobin members, they have planned to raise their voice for Parisians, Paris, the people who live in Paris, Parisians, the people who live in India, Indians, Parisians, they have decided to raise their voice against the high prices, the shooting of the prices of the essential commodities. They have decided that they are going to raise their voice against the high prices because the people were very angry, were too much angry because of the high prices. So we have seen that on morning August 10th of August 1792, the Jacobins lead to a large number of Parisians who were angered by the short supplies and the high prices of the food. They have stormed the Palace of Tuileries. The Palace of Tuileries was attacked by these Jacobin members, and we have seen that they have killed the guards of the kings, and the soldiers were there, servants were there. So all the kings and the royal sections of the guards and securities were killed by these group of people, Jacobin group, and they have made the king hostage. Hostile king was being arrested, and he was hostage for several hours. He was being kept, he was in the custody of the Jacobin members. Later, elections were held, and from now all the men and men of 21 years, because females were not given the right to vote. So only men of 21 years or above, regardless of the wealth, got the right to vote. You can see that earlier the Declaration of Rights, citizen, they have given 25 years of age, and the one who paid 3-day wages, they used to be active citizens. But now after the Jacobin government, came, you can see that later after elections, from now on all men of 21 years and above, regardless of their wealth, whether they are propertied people, they have asset, or they are rich or they are poor, everybody above the age of 21 years and above, they all were given right to vote. That means all the males were active citizens now, not females. Females were not given right to vote. Only the men of France, they were given right to vote. And you can see that when newly elected assembly, the newly elected assembly was given a name. Okay, so April they had an election. So in that elections, they had an elections. So on 21st September 1792. 21st September 1792, the newly elected assembly called convention. So now the new National Assembly is known as, newly elected assembly is known as convention. And they have, earlier constitutional monarchy was there, monarch was the head, but when monarch has made the conspiracy with the other country to Prussia and Austria, and when he has tried to escape from the palace wherever he was made hostage, then this conspiracy of the king has taken away all his powers, and king was being arrested as on the charge of treason, Gaddari, treason. So we have seen that the abolition of monarchy. Monarchy is abolished totally. Monarchy is abolished and declared France as republic. Declared France as republic. Okay. So what is the definition of a republic? A republic is a form of government where people elect the government, including the head of the government. So indirectly, the head of the government is elected by the people. Indirectly, they are elected by the people. Okay. So you can see that, and there is no hereditary monarchy. No hereditary monarchy. You know, in monarchy, what happens? King, his son becomes a king. Then his son becomes a king. This is called hereditary. Okay. But in the republic, there is no monarchy. There is no hereditary system. So through the election, the head of the state is elected. The head of the government is elected. So we have seen that the king was arrested with the charge of Louis XVI was sentenced to death by a court on the charge of treason. The court has decided that on the charges that is laid on the king, that was the treason charges. He is not loyal to the country. So the government has decided, the court has punished him for death. On 21st January 1793, 21st January 1793, King was executed publicly. King was executed. King was executed publicly in front of the other people, and the place was De La Concorde. De La Concorde is a place where King was executed by in front of public. Publicly he was executed, and later on we have seen that Marie Antoinette, she has also given the same fate. She was also punished like the King Louis XVI was punished. So students, you can see that how King was punished. He was executed. He was being charged of treason, and he has asked his neighboring countries to attack on France, and the neighboring countries were also not very happy. They were also at a very in a problematic situation, because whatever changes, development that is taking place in the France, that may be followed by their own country members. So we can see that how the monarchy became constitutional monarchy, how the constitutional monarchy turned into the republican form of government. France became a republic and a democracy. Democracy is started in France, and now no privileges to the clergy section and the nobility. Further topic we'll study in the next videos. See the assignment, students. Do it and send it to me. Thank you so much.